Hello everyone, I am your lore keeper, Trevor, today to show you guys some other homebrew resources. Yes, there are so many resources to find online, and I always think that the best place to start is online. If you don't have just paper and pencil to write down your ideas, I would always recommend using your resources. The online resources are really, really good. Of course, I've shown you D&D Beyond a bunch, but there are some other resources that have homebrew on them and allow you to create homebrew on them. First resource to go to is D&D Wiki. You can check out their homebrew content for any of the editions of D&D, and they have the ability to you can choose any of these. You can sort by type. Um, there's a design guide of how to properly make these based on the standards of wiki, because wiki can be a little bit different with the standards. There's a lot of things that you would have to do in order to make your own species, or really just anything. So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff on this D&D wiki, and so we're going to be looking at more things like this website in this video, so be sure to keep watching and put your thinking caps on, because there's going to be a lot of fun stuff in order to level up your D&D homebrew that you guys use, because we're not just using D&D Beyond, we're using all our resources. So we have a couple other resources pulled up here. Of course, I've already shown you what D&D Wiki looks like, what you can use it for, the kind of the rules and parameters of how to create with it and all that stuff, so we can close that one out. But there's also this one, which is called Watabou's. You can read it. I am not great at spelling or pronunciation, but you can click one of these, and this is more like generating slash homebrew, but if you just click generate, it will generate one for you. And so you can take a picture of this or whatever, and you can just generate it. You can open the generator, and it's little areas that you can create different things. Nothing really much you can edit about it. But yeah, you can do all of this fun little stuff. You can generate a village. This is a small village. But say you wanted to maybe make a bigger one, just do it again. There you go, bigger village. So generating things like that. You can also do that here. In fact, there's a ton of generators here. This is one of my favorite ones. This particularly is something that I use a lot for calendars. I generate a lot of D&D world calendars, which is always really fun in my opinion. And so just so many cool things in here. In fact, let's go to calendar. Fantasy calendar generator. So yeah, here you can see it's mapped out in this way, but you can go here. Let's say that you want there to be 2 months a year. And that means that you want each month to have 200 days. Oh, it's not working? Well, that's because this needs to be 400. That way, each month is even. And so each month is 200 days. Let's call this Zach. You probably can think of more professional names for these, but just little fun things. You can have weekdays be different. You can have when the moon happens, like the moon cycles and all that stuff. You can change like little notes on these. It's so cool. Um, you can have like be layout like vertical. You can have it laid out like in text, which is awful in my opinion. But you can block. You can have years. It changes throughout the years. Years can be given on different like weekdays. It's really really cool. Highly recommend donjon. Um, and then, of course, Pinterest, another great resource. This is usually a resource for finding D&D homebrew. Uh, if you want to find something and you don't know what you're really looking for, sometimes I just like save cool things that get recommended to me. Because like I've been on here so much. Sometimes I don't even like get um like the character or monster sheets. Sometimes I just get pictures that I think are really cool. So for example, you got like this little lobster with a hat, or you got this cute little frog here, or this slime guy. Like there's so many cool things. You got like cool things for like what DC characters could look like in D&D or really any tabletop role playing game. You got cool maps here that you can put into your map things. There's just so many things. Of course, like I said, you got the character stuff. There's like redesigns of things or just like cuter designs of things. Again, so many different resources for you to utilize in here. And like so many vastly different ideas put in here. You probably could put your own in here if you like take a picture and put it on Pinterest, then you could put your own one of these in here. I just love looking through them because I am not an artist myself. In fact, this is actually where one of our pictures previously came from. This guy right here, the football zombie that we created on D&D Beyond. So just like really cool things that you can just like save and utilize for future reference. Maybe create them on D&D Beyond or just have them here. Something like this guy, you can already look at his sheet. Maybe you want to edit just a little bit, but you can always do that in your mind. There are other resources that you can use as well. Another great resource to use is Roll20. If you don't like D&D Beyond, but you still want to use like a website, you can use Roll20 to do homebrew. There's a better video that is full length on YouTube by Roll20 themselves on homebrewing in Roll20, but like you can just like edit the sheet like in there, which is something you can actually do on D&D Beyond itself. Like if you ever want to like add fire resistance to your character on D&D Beyond, in fact, let's do that right now. So let's go to a character. Let's go to lead Cobalt. Who knows what this could be for? But let's see here. You want to customize your defenses. Okay, let's make him immune. Immune to what? Radiant damage. And that's it. That's literally it. You don't have to do anything else. It shows up right there, and it's done. You can delete it too. If you make a mistake, you can change anything here. It's so good and useful and easy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. You can do that on D&D Beyond. You can do customizing on D&D Beyond. You can do customizing on Roll20. Those are two awesome resources. I also recommend, though sometimes this website can be a bit of a hassle, but I do recommend Reddit. This is the example that I use. I was looking for homebrew, and this is one of the things that came up while I was looking for homebrew. It's a great homebrew resource. I highly recommend that you can find like D&D like subreddits like D&D like /D&D homebrew, and like you get all these cool things that all of these people have made, and you can also like put your own in here. So those are some other resources that you can use as well. I know that I mentioned D&D Beyond in this video, and it's not meant to be about D&D Beyond, but I just wanted to bring that up because I haven't talked about that ability yet. But that's basically just like D&D Beyond, Roll20, and Reddit. Those are 3 other resources that you can use along with the other things we've mentioned in this video. So let's get into the more interesting one that you can use that you might not have thought of first. You may be wondering, where are we now? Well, we're on Google Keep Notes, everyone. Because you see, there's another resource that we can use when we think of an idea for a homebrew roll. Because there aren't just homebrew creatures or equipments or other things like that. There are also rolls that you can create that are homebrew based. One of the things that you will see if you decide to watch some of our D&D actual play videos or other tabletop role-playing game actual play videos, you will find that we do this a lot, or at least I do. I always love to add my own homebrew rolls there. And right here, you can see the imagination roll. If you can't read it, I'll read it for you. The special roll for this campaign is the imagination roll. Basic idea is that once per long rest, you can call on your imagination to help you when you're in trouble. To roll this, you must roll a d20 and add your wisdom and performance. Roll a 15 or higher, and you will get exactly what you imagined. A nat 20 means that the thing or ability or whatever exists forever. It doesn't go away. Rolling lower than a 15 will result in the item being deformed, and if you roll a natural 1, the item will turn into whatever nightmare is currently haunting you. So some pretty cool stuff in that homebrew style roll. Then, of course, there are home rules, not home rolls, home rules. You see, there are homebrew rules that you can make where basically, say, you want to change how something works. For example, one of my favorite ones in here is how a nat 1 for a bad guy works. Anytime that a bad guy rolls a nat 1, they hurt themselves. I don't always do it for players, but I love doing it for villains. It makes the battles a little bit easier in case, the battles are taking a long time and a bad guy rolls a nat 1. Well, hey, of course, there is nat 1 saves for bad guys, being the same as a natural 20. I do this for all people. It should specify that. Nat 1 saves do the same as a nat 20 regardless. Either way, I really hope that you guys found this helpful. Congratulations on completing Unit 1. Of course, when the other units come, you guys will be notified if you guys are subscribed. So with that in mind, make sure you guys roll a natural 20 on your next D&D adventure. Goodbye!